Want to know how shrinking your camera's aperture physically maximizes depth of field? Landscape photographers use this trick to keep an entire massive scene perfectly sharp. Imagine shooting a flower right in front of your lens and a mountain peak miles away. When your camera focuses on the near flower, light rays from the distant mountain hit the sensor at steep angles. Instead of converging to a perfect point, they spread into wide, overlapping blur spots. But close the lens down to a tiny opening, and those steep outer rays are physically blocked. Now, only a narrow, straight column of light reaches the sensor. This physically forces the mountain's wide blur spots to shrink down. Here's the catch. That narrow opening didn't actually bring the mountain into true mathematical focus. The light still forms a tiny disk, not a perfect point. But the aperture shrank that spot so much, the human eye can no longer detect the blur. Once it drops below this visual threshold, called the circle of confusion, it magically expands our perceived zone of sharpness. And that close flower and distant mountain, their blur spots are now small enough to trick your eye, so both fit in that zone and render perfectly sharp.